Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. It is Karen here with you today, and today I'm going to share with you a design team project for Scrap FX. So I'm working in my little Dilutions journal, which I'm just putting a bit of gesso in to start off with, and I'm going to pop that off to the side so I can grab out this transparency with the mandala on it. And I'm going to add some alcohol inks to it. So I've got some blending solution and a couple of pinks there. What their names are, I don't know because I can't read the labels. I'm just blowing the inks around with my air blower there, dropping on a little bit more blending solution. Another colour, which is blue, to mix in with those pinks and get some purpley bits happening. I'm also going to grab a gold mixative here, and after I've given it a really good shake, I can add a few drops down and blow that around as well with my blower. And now I'm just giving it a bit of a dry before I put it off to the side so it can dry completely, so I can start doing some stuff in my art journal. So I've got out my Dr. Phil Martin's Bombay inks because I'm just loving these at the moment. They're really loads of fun. So I've got my little paint palette and I'm putting a little bit of colour into the wells and adding lots of water. Now, because I have just a gesso background, the inks are actually going to react a bit differently than what they would if they were on, say, watercolour paper or if I'd used a watercolour ground. But now I've got a first bit of layer down. I'm just going to grab my heat gun here and I'm going to dry it. But I'm going to dry it by blowing the puddles here, there and everywhere and around. And as it dries, you get these cool little rings that happen within it drying. And it also takes a little bit of a time today because it was a bit cold. So, and plus I had some chunky bits in there. Anyway, it's dry now. So now what I've got is a new rice paper from Scrap FX, and it's called Classifieds, and I'm just going to glue that in with my gel medium. Very easy, as you can see. It's in there, and look at that, you can see those inks underneath have not moved. How cool is that? That's why I love these inks, they're so cool. Now, I'm going to add in a little bit more colour because it was looking a little bit, I don't know, insipid for me. I like it nice and bright and colourful. So I'm mixing in some more of the pinks and blues to create some more purples and whatnot happening. And once I've got that dry, I'm going to do a bit of stamping here. So I'm going to join my two bits of Classifieds paper together with a little bit of stamping, and I've used some smaller stamps from Paper Artsy to do that before I come back in with my bigger stamps here from Scrap FX. So I've got this super cool 9.1 which I'm just using an archival pale pink ink with, and I've also got a purple ink for this other new one. I can't think what it's called. What's it called? What is it called? I do have my piece of paper here so I can tell you if I can find it. Loopy Petals, that's what it's called. Now this stencil is been around for a little while. I don't know what it's called, but it's cool. And I've just used a little bit of white gesso through the stencil just to break up some of the colours in there. So now that my alcohol ink mandala is dry, I can cut that out and glue that into place. But before I do, I'm going to cut out my Risque Women, just the couple that I wanted to use that I thought would be cool. So I've got that tall one and I've got this other little shorty one, which I'm going to add a little bit more of the body to, so she's not floating around up there just like that. Looks a little bit funny. So I've grabbed out some old music paper and I'm just going to give her a little bit of a basic body just so she's not floating. So glue down my circle and I'm going to glue down this big lady. So there she goes. So she's got kind of like a church window behind her. which is a bit funny because these girls seem to be ladies of the night. So, yeah. Anyway, so the sentiment that I've got here is from one of Michelle's Dotty, I think it's Daisy Dot sheet, and it says, warning, I have an attitude and I know how to use it, which I thought was kind of appropriate for these Risque Girls with their churchy window in the background. Now, it needed something else, and I decided that I'd grab out some of these watercolour circles that I've got floating around on my desk. And I've grabbed out some pink and purple ones, and I'm just going through the little dish here to find some more. And I have a bit of a fiddle as to where I think I might put them, but I decide to cut out a heart to tie the Risque, that lady that's floating, with the music paper, because it kind of looked a little bit weird. And then I've grabbed some of the other circles and I've cut them in half because they were a bit big. And then this one here I make a little bit smaller to put up there in the corner. So I think that reads a lot better. How now with the circles it sort of carries and conjoins the pages a little bit better. I've also got out a pink paint pen because the Risque Girls have got red on them and my page is pink. So I decided to go over their little dots and bits with pink Posca pen. Now I've got a bit of gold paint in my needle tip bottle there just to create a few little dots. I'm going to grab a water soluble black pencil here just to create a little bit of a shadow, and that's a little bit too much, so I'm going to mop that up, and then I'm going to do the same on the other one and just mop it up a little bit. So I'll get those dry. And what else are we going to do? Oh, I'm going to do some scribbling. I'm going to do some scribble writing with the rollerball pen because this spot over here looked a little bit blank, so I can't really remember what I wrote, but it's just scribble writing. And that's it. So that's my page. So I really hope you like the new Risque Girls from Scrap FX, and I hope I have inspired you to get creative. And until next time, please like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.